presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. It's a TGIF. And you got our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien, we do appreciate you being with us. And bottom line is that we still have a little rocket ship here, folks. The market's up, down, and all around. And let me tell you something, folks. This baby's going up. Right now, the Dow's up 35, Nasdaq's down 4, S&Ps are up 2. That's after being up over 100 points, folks. Bottom line, what you had is that you had the...
well, up and down over 100 points.
Oh, yeah, totally. You had consumer sentiment come out. It was rotten. It was back to 1980. And, folks, if you weren't around in 1980, okay, there was nothing wrong in 1980. In fact, when Ronald Reagan came in January 3rd, 1981, that's when everything started taking off, not only the economy. The economy actually started taking off in 80, but there's nothing wrong with 1980 and 1981. And, you know, when we're talking about sentiment, well, what would you think? I mean, the market got croaked. Sentiment's going to be like, oh, what are we doing? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I mentioned that a couple nights ago I was out having dinner with my family, brother-in-law.
Yes.
And we were talking about, you know, I mentioned about the gold and about, you know, be careful. At some point in time, they might go ahead and increase the margin. But more so than that, more so than that was we were just sitting in a Mexican restaurant now, and I don't base my whole sentiment on Mexican restaurants, but there's no other place that you can go eat for as little money as possible, right? Because you know you end up, even if you don't want to eat the chips,
and it's good food.
Yeah, if the salt is good,
I don't eat chips anymore, but I love Mexican food.
Yeah. And so you know what I noticed, it was a Wednesday night. Okay, right? Wednesday night, but still, you know, we were eating about 7:30 or so, but there was still only one turn. You know, I take a look at restaurants.
Right.
You know, I used to own a restaurant. I take a look at restaurants, see how many turns. Wednesday, by Wednesday, it's you know, people don't come out Monday and Tuesday, typically, but by Wednesday they do.
You should have some action.
Yeah. And so, you know, when the Mexican restaurants aren't turning,
no, you know, no, absolutely.
You know, so I would expect just what we saw.
Yeah, no, big time. And the 2010, 2009, when I started seeing pizza places close, it was like, man, this is really bad. Yeah. Because you can make money in a Mexican restaurant and pizza places without too much overhead. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Hey, I got a story here, and this is just, if you remember, folks, okay, this is a great story. Oh. And what it was about, if you remember, there was a judge in Pennsylvania, and this judge was basically putting all these young people away. He was a juvenile judge, and he was putting people away for years. Yeah. And the reason he was putting them in facilities, folks, is that he was getting paid off from the folks building the jails.
No.
Yeah. Okay. And so this has been going on for 2 years. So check this out. This is thank God there is justice in this world, folks. So this is what ended up happening, is that the judge turned around and made a deal with the federal prosecutors saying that, okay, listen, we're going to give you 87 months, even though this guy ruined 4,000 kids' lives. One of them actually commits suicide. He commits suicide for paraphernalia, right, that he didn't even have. They put him in jail for 6 months. He commits suicide, okay? So check it out. So they made a deal with the federal judge, put him in, with federal prosecutors, 87 months, right? Yeah. What ends up happening, he goes in front of a federal judge, and the federal judge says, there's no way you're getting a deal. You're going to trial. He goes to trial, folks, and you know what? It's a beautiful thing. He gets 28 years. Oh yeah.
Okay. That's great.
Bye-bye.
That's great.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it's you know, because the bottom line, folks, is that if you can't trust the people that are in the court systems, it's big problems. In this particular case, putting young people away for money. Yeah. Think about it. It's unbelievable.
Wasn't there a movie or something they did on something like that?
Well, there's gonna be. There's no doubt about it.
Had you heard about this judge before?
I had. I had. I actually brought it up when it happened, and you know, it's been out there for 2 years.
I see.
But what I really love about it is that there are federal judges out there that turned around and said, no, we're not going to do 87 months when you can get out. I don't know how will you get out, but they get good time. But that's still not enough for 4,000 young people. And not only that, what they had, folks, when you read the story, what they actually had was the... if it was your son, daughter, or mine, they wouldn't have got hung up in it because we would have had enough money to get them out. These young kids that got in that trouble, folks, okay, just didn't have enough of the system behind them. So, you know, the bottom line is that they're done.
That's good. That's a great story.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man, no doubt. Now, market-wise, so what you have over here, folks, is this. You have Europe, that's still up 2%. That's the DAX is up 2%. You get the FTSE up 2%.
Pulled back a bit, right?
Yeah.
DAX was up a couple hundred points a few minutes ago.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know, if we take a look at it here, we'll take a look. If we just pull up the 3 Qs, we know that we'll see if that changes. But the NDX 100 was basically the strongest. We put this up on a it's beautiful. So check it out, folks. This is what you have. The NDX 100 Qs are down a penny right now. Okay. All the Qs are doing, if you want to see how this works, we got to 52.88. 52.88 was going as the high bar of 15.50 on the 9th. And you did that. So check this out. This is pretty sick, folks. You did that on 5.5 million versus 7.9. Bottom line is that, you know what I love about this? I do. I love that the moves are so quick. That what it does is that, as I said yesterday, it still stops the bulls from buying it, which is insane. But it does. I can't blame them. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, where does this come from? It's coming out of nowhere. But it doesn't come out of nowhere. What it does is that this is, you know, see, you know what's going to be crazy, folks, is that the longer this keeps going on, the longer my horns are going to get on my head. And that's sick. I know it's sick, but that's the fact. So, and what that means specifically is that it means that we'll go to higher prices than most folks think on the bounce. Because the longer that you keep doing this at bottoms, the better the bounce actually, the more foundation that it gets. You know?
And for me, I'm looking right now, if we can get this market moving, I'm looking for the bounce to come in somewhere around 12.3, 12.289, which would really be nice.
12.3, 12. Oh yeah.
Yeah, on the Dow. I mean, we're 11.2 right now.
Oh yeah, no.
You know, so 1,000 points up. You know, it's going to be short of your swing point, but right there, I think, is where we're going to run into some critical. Oh no,
so
786.
No, we should
set up a beautiful.
Okay, so watch
reward.
What Steve's talking about, folks, and this is what's so cool, right? That is the place that it should go. But you know what? It's going to get deviant. It's going to go in there, it's going to mess around, and then it's going to go pop, and it's probably going to pop through it. And it's like, oh, no, what's happened? And you know what is going to happen, folks? Everyone's going to believe that, oh, no, the whole thing's over. And it's not over, folks.
Oh, no.
Not even close to being over.
No.
It really isn't, man. You know. So, you know, when we talk sentiment, right?
Yeah.
What do you think sentiment? What do you think's going on now? Forget the stock market, right?
Yeah.
Just like, you know, with your friends, with your community, with, you know, what do you think's happening out here?
Well, it's still, we're not really addressing the problems with regard to how to put people back to work. How to, you know, I mean, resourceful people are always finding ways to be, you know, more productive. Right. So, you know, whether you use technology or just use your mind or what have you, I mean, you're more productive, I'm more productive, we work a little bit harder. But with regard to getting everything going, like we were talking about yesterday or the day before, you know, the housing is such a key thing.
Right.
You know, I also believe getting our head wrapped around just simply a real energy policy.
Right.
Figuring out how to, you know.
Absolutely.
I just heard just a little bit of the debate last night, just really about maybe the last half hour.
Okay.
And I wasn't really
Who was
even totally.
Last night?
It was the Republicans.
Okay.
And I caught maybe just the last half hour. We're just sort of listening to it. But I don't know that if there was really much of a focus on the energy aspect of it.
Right.
You know, and Herman Cain, I think, talked just a little bit about, or that might have been his focus.
Yes.
With regard to, you know, getting energy independent. People have thrown that out there for a long time, right?
Right.
We have all of the resources, and the thing is, folks, when I take a look at it, they're your resources. They're our resources. They're not the government's resources.
No, you're right. We got to take ownership of that.
You know, and there's such a way for us to be able to do that.
That's a great point, man.
You know, and my thought process, even if we kept gasoline prices where they're at, say about the $4,
Yes.
on the premium side. Right. And, it's because it's only costing, I think, a company can make money even doing deep water drilling and pulling it out, selling at $22 a barrel. Right now we're at, we're at $90 somewhere.
Right,
somewhere
86.44 to be exact, right.
Even if we kept the prices up there just from a tax standpoint,
yes,
just to help pay off the debts and to be able to fund the liabilities that we've got, because we, the folks that are collecting Social Security and so forth, they put in there, we shouldn't be jeopardizing their future, especially when there's ways to address it.
Right.
And I don't understand why it is that we don't put more pressure to become more energy independent and screw the Democrats and the Republicans or anybody that's in there, and because there are resources. Are we sitting on them because we think that someplace out in the Middle East, what's the deal? We're going to drain all their stuff and then we're going to have the most valuable resources? Is that the thought process out there?
What I love what you're saying, and it's interesting, folks, because common sense is one of the best things you can have. And, when I think about energy, and I love the way he said, meaning that they are our resources.
Yeah.
But because when you do take ownership of something like that, and that's a fact. They actually are, and I don't think any of us really understood that. Even 2 seconds ago, I can understand. Yeah, they are, but you know what? When you say they are ours, they are ours.
And they absolutely are. And we've allowed these folks that are in power. And I've mentioned this several times. I don't, even though I vote for people, they still really don't represent my belief system at all. And so, there are ways to totally fix this problem, even fix our debt problems. I've always talked about.
Well, one would fix if we can get energy under control. There's no two ways about it. Energy under control is money in everyone's pocket. Because we have more gas than anyone, right?
Well,
that whole deal. Whole deal about having all the trucks on gas ASAP.
Well, natural gas. Put the trucks on natural gas. And we really have it. It's sitting right here.
Right.
And we're screwing around with all these other things. We're not even focused on it.
Right.
Truly not focused on it. The idea of I don't know if in our lifetime we're going to really see electric cars all over the place.
Right.
That goes through such a huge transition. Yes. And I'm not against it. I'm just saying it's such a huge transition. It seems like there'll be something else that will develop.
Well, the gas is right in front of us.
Exactly.
The gas is absolutely right in front of us.
And I've just never, look, I'm all about protecting the environment. There's ways to do it. You can't tell me that we can, send men to the moon, assuming that we sent men to the moon.
Yeah. But, absolutely.
With all the smart brains that we have,
It's wild. Folks, you gotta love it. Look at this. We started the program, we're in the red. What do we got now? You're in the green the big way. I'm telling you, folks, it's a beautiful market. Dow's up 87, Nasdaq's up 5, S&P's up 750, gold's down 17, bonds up 1.5, dollars down 14 cents. We're gonna be right back, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds, I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to DirectionFunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You got over in the Europe, folks, we got the CAC Euro up 2%, the FTSE's up 1.6%. You got the DAX up 2%. Our markets, we get the Dow up about $60. S&Ps are up 5%, and the Nasdaq's up 2%. Let's go to Nick in Titusville. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Yourself?
We're just out here growling and prowling. We appreciate you listening, man.
I want to give you an alert I heard this morning. I go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning.
Yes.
And the Central Florida Realtors came out with something on short sales.
Okay.
They're saying some of the banks, in other words, say a $200,000 home, they sell it to you for $100,000.
Yes.
They're putting riders in there that says, hey, if the market goes up in a couple of years, they're going to turn those over to a collection agency to pick up the tab.
Yeah, that's how it's always been. That's always the. This is a great point that Nick's making, folks. If you have a short sale, if you are in the hole in your house, right? What you want to do is this: is that if the bank, first off, lets you sell it as a short sale, that's the first step. The second way is that you can turn around and say to the bank, I want you to sign off on the liability. You know, some of them will, Nick, and some of them won't. You know, that's how it's always been. What people don't understand, unfortunately, is that bottom line is that when you're on the hook, the banks will come back at people. That's the bottom line. But that's how it's always been also.
They also mentioned that in Central Florida, short sales are running around 30%.
Yeah. Oh, no. They're big numbers. I actually have a spreadsheet in Pinellas County And that's the, yes, I have a spreadsheet, and it's, yeah, that's a good 35%, no doubt, man. And that's normal. I mean, you know, it's gonna be like that for another good year and a half, easy. You know?
True. Okay, I thought I'd just pass that along.
That's a beautiful thing, man. We appreciate it. Now let's go all the way over to Hong Kong. We got Steve from Hong Kong. Hey, Steve, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
We're doing great, man. Well, listen, thanks for calling. Let's see, what is it? Is it 11:30 at night there or 10:30?
It's 10:30.
10:30. Cool, man.
Yeah. Just want to let you know, it's great listening to you over here, and I'm glad you're on at 10 o'clock, because I can, you know, at least listen to you right before I go to bed.
Well, we appreciate you listening, man. And
well, what else would you be watching if you're or listening to if you weren't listening to us over there at this time? What would be on?
What do you mean, TV-wise?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, thanks for listening to us. If you weren't listening to us, what would you have normally done?
Watch TV, you know, before I go to bed.
Yeah, Ernie Lowe. Ernie, right? Ernie would be on. Ernie Lowe? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome,
anyway,
man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. If you get a chance to read the Journal, there's an article about Hong Kong stock, the real estate market.
Okay.
It's basically there was an auction out here in one of the lands, you know, in one of the areas here, and only one developer made a bid on the piece of land.
Yes.
And normally there would be a frenzy going over it. So it was a big surprise to a lot of people here. And also what I've been seeing is, you know, when you go to the real estate shops, they're starting to cut their prices, so they put a slash around the number, and then they put a lower number.
Okay.
And then a lot of the other properties are starting to put for rent.
Yes.
So it's kind of like what happened in 2008 when I was back in the States, and I would see, you know, people slashing prices.
Wow.
It looks like it's starting to roll over here as well.
And this is great feedback, because I know, as Steve's walking us through the market over there, folks, what has happened in Hong Kong is that those auctions that he's talking about, there was many of the large realtors themselves that were bidding the properties up, right? It was a self-fulfilling deal, meaning that if, in fact, they could bid it up higher, then they could get higher prices for their other properties, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's all feeding frenzy, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, no, big time, man.
Now, Steve, how are the retailers doing on Nathan Road there? Is it still packed, and are they still getting premiums?
It's still packed, but I think it's starting to slow down because, like the Chinese market, like the mainland shoppers are not coming down as much.
Okay.
Now. So that maybe it's slowing, but you can't really tell the difference because there's so many people when you go there, and it's just packed with people.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to give a good gauge on, you know, what the retail is doing bad or not.
Yeah. Now, folks, Nathan Road, that is the street where you would go to if you're looking for jewelry or electronics. And I mean, it is just it's packed. And years ago, in fact, I just sold a couple pieces of jewelry last week, I believe it was, and because I used to be over there fairly often. And back in those days, it was probably about 15 years ago, I was buying mostly 24-karat gold jewelry or what have you, you know?
Yeah.
And anyways, but they always charge a real premium if you've tried to get a retail store. I tried to get in a retail store on Nathan Road. They tried to key money, like maybe about $100,000. Just to get a store.
Steve, stay right there. We just got a short break. We'll be coming right back. This is Steve from Hong Kong. We get Steve Rhodes from Florida and Tom O'Brien from Florida. Dow up 102, NASDAQ up 11, S&P's up 5, gold down 15. We're going to be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
We have Earl Bush on the line, the winner of today's Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway from Palm Harbor. Earl Bush, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. So your day, I assume, is made now that you've heard that you've won a great silver coin?
Oh, yeah. That was the best trade I've made all week.
All right. Well, that's great. You've been a listener to TFNN. You're familiar with TFNN.com and Tom O'Brien, all that good stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a dinner, and I'm into this every day.
Starting Tuesday, June 21st through Labor Day, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. One lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for more information. Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow up 98, NASDAQ up 10, S&P's up 6, and, we're getting some great information, folks. We appreciate you being out here every day, but let me tell you something. Where can you get information on the ground? We get Steve from Hong Kong. He's telling us about the real estate market. And, Steve, we really appreciate your call. And, because what's interesting here is that this is when it's real information versus just, speculation as to what's going on.
Sure.
Man,
Absolutely.
And particularly because you already saw it happen in the U.S., which is really wild, man.
Right. It's just parallels. It's just amazing how people are,
Isn't it?
It's doing the same thing over. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So how long have you been in Hong Kong? Now, you're living there now?
Yeah, I just came here for a job.
Okay, cool.
My company sent me over here, so I've been here for about maybe 9 months or so.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So what are we gonna? You want to look at the bonds, right?
Yeah, the bonds. I put a buy on TBT a couple of days ago.
Okay.
And I want to see if I should get out soon because it seems like it's going to go. They had a lot of volume going down on that level.
This is what I would do. So the TBT, folks, is the 200% inverse of the 20-year bond. What I would do is I'd just tighten up your stop right now. Because, see, what you had to come off the bottom, no doubt. You're at that 26.61 right now. Now, a natural retracement back will bring it back to 25.90, though. Do you know what I mean?
Which is right where it broke out.
Right.
Yeah.
Really pretty much where it broke out.
So it's like you can, I'd tighten it right up and you can get right back in on the other side again, man. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, great.
Okay, man. Well, listen, it's always a pleasure, and we really appreciate the update. And keep us updated, will you? Because, you know, folks, what does happen here, you know what's interesting, Steve, is that you can see the Shanghai market can't get off the lows at all. I mean, it's really weak, and you gave us some great feedback that, you know, the mainland China folks are not coming in as much, you know, so you can see it. You can see it in the marketplace, man.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, man, have a great one. Have a safe one. You know what I heard this morning, and folks, this is a good heads up too. Jeremy Siegel, okay? So Jeremy Siegel is, you know, a Wharton professor, and Wharton, folks, is one of the best business schools in the world, no doubt.
Yeah.
But this guy here, I have no respect for the, well, no, I have respect for the guy, okay? But I wouldn't, his analogies and how he sets things up, to me, are off kilter, and this is why. So check it out. He's on CNBC this morning, right? Yeah. And he is, first off, he stocks for the long run that, you know, oh no, you gotta buy, you gotta buy, you gotta buy. And he's claiming that the PEs right now are running at 11, okay, which is great. And Andrew says to him, he says, well, listen, man, you know, in 2000, you know, you thought it was great too. And in 2000, they were at 31. So he comes back and says that, hey, listen, you know, they're at 31 and they're at 11 now. Yeah. But this is the part that, and this is what you always should take into consideration. This is the part that got me. They were talking. He was talking about. He was criticizing Bernanke, and he was criticizing him for this. He was criticizing him, saying there is no way that he should have said that he's going to keep interest rates low to 2013, right? And he was saying because he doesn't know what's going to happen with the economy. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
So you think that's legit, right?
Yeah, I think if we probably read the language, he probably qualified it a little bit.
No, he did. But
yes.
But that is legit. There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
But my point is this. I cracked up. I would love to have been interviewing this guy because this was, folks, after he turned around and said, no, you got to buy because 10 years from now, the stocks are going to be higher. So I says, okay, hold it. How does he know that the stocks will be higher 10 years from now? And he's saying that Bernanke doesn't know what's going to happen 2 years from now, and they just missed it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, folks, okay, and this is where that if you just, you know, depending on how long you've been in the marketplace, we haven't moved in 10 years, okay? Yeah. So, you know, hopefully if you've been in the market in the same stocks for 10 years that you have got dividends, because if you have, then you're fine. There's no doubt about it. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming back, and we got Rich from Massachusetts. We got Rick from British Columbia. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Dow's up 121, Nasdaq's up 19, S&Ps are up 11, gold's down 20. We're going to be right back, folks.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, we do appreciate you being out here each and every day for us. If you like what you see out here, folks, please tell 3 people. You know, we know you're doing your job out here, and we really do appreciate it. But you know what? We want to be monsters. Absolutely. Let's go to Rick in Massachusetts. Hey, Rick, what's going on? You there, Rick?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it.
I love your guys' format. It's fun. It's upbeat. It's great.
Thank you.
Especially for a morning.
We're digging it too. You know what's great is that I always love getting up, but I particularly like getting up doing the show. I absolutely do.
Well, it's great listening to you guys.
Thanks, man.
All through the day.
Thank you. What are we going to look at?
Could I please look at Great Panther Silver?
Great Panther. And folks, if you haven't got into our Great Panther Summer Silver giveaway, it's not too late. We give an ounce away Monday through Friday, and that's going to go right up to Labor Day. So you got Great Panther, you know, it's silver producer, low 65 cents, the high's 504. Now, are you looking to buy this?
Well, you helped me with it last week. I do have some. I've been in and out of it a few times.
Okay.
I see the other day it came down to a low price of $2.80, which looks like it tested the bar from May 17th high.
That's correct. Good for you.
And
awesome.
So I still have some, and I'm, looking, I guess, for confirmation. I just intend to hold it for this bounce and then maybe sell it again.
Yeah, you're in good shape, man. What he did, folks, is this. So check out what he did. When it came down to that 280 on August 9th, it had 2.8 million shares and was slamming it to 4.7.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good scene. Now, he's not looking for miracles. Now, not a miracle, but this equity does want to go back to 504, folks, and it's a 310. I suspect that the first leg you're going to get here, Rich, is really probably only going to get you into 405, though. But that's still not bad. That's still a good. That's a good number. You know what I mean?
And what was cool about that trade is you came back, you tested a swing. You tested a swing point that had volume. Plus, if you take a look at the move up that you had going from the June 8th time frame, it was a 0.786 retracement. So you had 2 confirmations going. It basically was a Gartley pattern. So you had it all. I mean, you had really it all. So that's a great trade.
And look at this, folks. If you're watching this on Tiger TV, 504 has volume. It's a beautiful consolidation, man. That's about as good as you get. Cooking, brother.
You know what? This quality volume thing really saves me. So thanks very much.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Too.
Volatility in spades out here, man.
You bet.
Up, down, roll. Hey, where's your saddle? You get your saddle?
It's good.
Let's ride him. Let's ride him all the way up to British Columbia. Hey, Rick, what's going on, man?
How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing good, man.
Hey, Tom, there's a couple. Well, first of all, the SPX had a head and shoulder top, and the neckline is right exactly to where you think we can go, around 1249, 1250.
Yes.
And I just thought I'd mention that. And very often, that's what happens. you go down that distance, then the neckline becomes resistance, and and so forth.
And now here, this is a great point, and that's what was my point a little bit earlier with Steve. And this is, folks, what I want you to get your head wrapped around. What you have to do is this, is that when you're looking at different markets, and where this bottom is coming in, I suspect, and I'm a wicked bear, but I'm gonna ride this baby all the way up. What I expect you're gonna see here, right, is that neckline will get broken, and everyone will say, "Oh, it's not a Head and Shoulders."
Right. That's right. That's right.
Which would be just absolutely wild, But what you want to do is, yesterday in the show I set up the bearish scenario and the bullish scenario.
Right. I heard that.
And the reason that you set up both sides of it, folks, so that you're aware of what both sides of it are, and you're aware of what will happen or what can happen on both sides, so you don't have to think about it then.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be wild, Rick, watching this shake out, man.
Yeah, Tom, with that in mind, my call was on IBM.
A big blue.
And it looks to me, because of the blue chippers, this has been one of the strongest performers.
Yes,
so
it has.
It's almost a great bellwether.
Yes.
Now, if on a daily, it's got volume down at 152. And if you look longer term, it looks to me like we should pull back to about 133. But in the meantime, I think it can bounce up to about 174, possibly.
Yeah.
And then it would be, and like Bud always says, there's Head and Shoulders all over the place if you look hard enough. But then it would be forming a Head and Shoulder top to take you down into the 133 range after it bounces up to about 174. It looks to me like IBM is a real dog. Like on a weekly and monthly, this low's got to get tested. And it's been a dog now. It has been very strong for the last year or two.
Sure.
Yeah. And
anyway, I just want to mention that.
Yeah, and it's coming into those swing points from the June 15th, 16th time frame. On big volume, but if it can't bust them down, it'll try and go back and bust them up.
Nothing like it.
But on light volume, and that'll be a nice trade.
Big time.
Thanks a lot, man.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. So, we're coming into the weekend.
Yes.
What are you going to do this weekend? Steve's a huge golfer, folks.
Yeah.
And now you get the PGA happening.
We do, and I saw some of the highlights of yesterday's.
Yes.
And Tiger was all over the place.
Yeah.
I could have beat him yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
He shot 77. Now, obviously, of course, it's tough and so forth, playing up in Atlanta. But today, in order for he'll likely miss the cut.
Wow,
he will likely
that's
miss
a big
the cut.
deal.
Because I figure in order for him to make the cut, he probably has to shoot a 63.
Okay.
Which I think may or may not be the course record up there.
Wow.
And after coming off of a day like yesterday.
Right.
Tough
head game, right?
Yeah.
And so McElroy, he hurt his wrist.
I guess he did. That's what I heard. Yeah.
I saw the shot. He was in the rough, and it looked like he hit a twig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just grabbed him.
And those are things those are tough to recover from.
Right.
That might take just depending on how bad it is. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I've got my oldest daughter's going away to school.
Okay.
So I've got everybody's going back to college.
Right.
We got the full moon, folks. The full moon tomorrow.
I was out howling last night. I swear to God, I was out in my backyard howling last night with my dog.
Yeah.
And it's wild, folks. Okay. And what happens is that, of course, it travels. And I start laughing. I says, you know what? I think I'm going to see if I can get a bunch of neighbors to come out and howl with me. I'm not kidding. Wait till Angie hears that.
Yeah, it'll be a nice weekend. Just a little relaxation.
Yeah, totally.
Some work for. I got next Wednesday. I got to prepare for my.
So tell us about next Wednesday.
Yeah, so next Wednesday from 6:30 to 8, folks. And if you go to the front page of TFNN, you'll see a sign up for.
The breaking news.
Yep, for probability. And I'm going to teach you about position sizing and just simply understanding the probability of trade. So
and it's free. Folks, it's free. So
it'll
get
be a
out
great
there,
30 minutes.
Right under TFNN, under breaking news. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. The Dow's up 57, Nasdaq's up 7, S&Ps are up 2. We're going to be right back.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
You've heard Bud Rolfs give his expert technical analysis of the stock market on the radio. Now you can have his superior trading advice and his best stock picks delivered right to your desktop every week with his newsletter, The Torch. Using his own trademarked Warpath trading system, Bud will help you to increase your odds of making and saving money in the markets with powerful stock selection, stock analysis, and trading plan strategies. Published every Monday morning, each issue of The Torch features full-color charts in an easy-to-follow format. You will also receive not only the big picture of what's going on in the major markets and critical sectors, but also featured stock picks with complete trading plans and technical setups, as well as the Subscribers Corner, where Bud analyzes stocks submitted by subscribers. Visit TFNN.com today and receive your 2-week free trial of The Torch. That's a $75 value. Sign up now and make sure you receive all the great market analysis and winning trade ideas in every action-packed issue of The Torch from Bud Rolfs.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40. Welcome back, folks. Let's take a look. You get the JP Morgan down 60 cents. You get Dell up 13. Exxon's up 74. Apple's up 377. Now, the 17th of August, Steve's going to be doing a free workshop, folks. It's going to be 6:30 to 7 o'clock. And you're going to be talking about probabilities, right?
Yeah, going to be taking a look at. We'll take a look at several trades out there.
Okay.
And so one is understand probably the most important thing for our listener base to understand is about position sizing. Everybody calls in.
It's huge.
And they ask, where's my entry point?
Right.
Great question. But the more important question is really, what's my position size? How many shares of this should I be? And you've got to understand the probability from a stop standpoint of where you should be putting your stops, And it depends on, and we'll take a look at it with regard to folks that are longer-term traders. So I'll have something that'll set up for a longer-term chart.
Yes.
You know, something that is more of a actual trader. You know, so from an investment standpoint.
Right.
And then also, you know, touch on the folks that have got their 401ks. Okay, that where most of that stuff. Yeah, most of that stuff is being managed without any stop whatsoever. And so you've got to know what you've got in that portfolio. You've got to have some type of trade management. And like you were saying, you know, for the last 10 years, we've pretty much gone sideways.
Right.
And yet, you know, if you had stops in place, you went to cash, you came back in, you were taking profits, you would have been so much further ahead.
Oh yeah,
you know. So it's not just about day trading or anything like that.
No.
But you really have to, as you're entering into trades, you really have to understand, you know, your position size. So we'll spend some time there.
That's great, man.
And great information. For
and folks, you just go over to TFNN. It's right under breaking news. It's free. It's Wednesday, August 17th from 6:30 to 7. So bottom line is that no matter what type of trader you are, get over there because I can tell you flat out the position sizing is absolutely crucial. And the reason it's so crucial is this, folks, is that when you know when to go heavier versus lighter, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
You know, what I tend to do is that you know, if I'm on a streak, then you can take more risk because what's happening is that I'm taking more risk, but what I'm doing there is I'm taking risk with something that already is accelerated. And then, and this is what the key is, folks, and this is a heavy key, you only can win so much. And then what you have to do is you say, okay, the streak has been too big, and then you got to pull back dramatically. So what I'll do, and I learned this when my children were younger, because I used to pay the tuitions quite a bit, and I'd pull it out of my account. And it was the best thing that happened because I'd pull it out of the account, and you start again. See, if you do it once, you can do it over and over again. You don't what you don't want to do if you're a trader, you don't want to be parlaying money all the way up because you're going to get hit. And it's always a percentage hit.
Yeah, and look, success is a strategy. And so just like you're saying, you know, with regard to, it's a recipe.
Yes.
You know, and so being able to pull money, like you said, if you can do it once, you can do it again.
Right.
You know, and that's absolutely, and you got to have a strategy. And position sizing has got to be one of those elements. You know, and I'll teach people how it's just a new way of. It's the way that you should be thinking for a success strategy.
That's a beauty. Let's go to Mike in Lakeland. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey guys, good show. I got something I wanted to run by you. I went back and looked at what silver was trading at when they started tightening up the margins back on April 29th.
Yeah.
And I applied that multiple to gold and to the market. And if one was to make an assumption that silver has more or less, the bloom has been taken off the rose, if you apply that multiple to gold and to the market, it says to me that gold should be trading at about $12.50, which is kind of interesting because that's a 50% retracement from that move from 750 up to the high, and that the S&P should be about 106, which also kind of jives with the charts. And I just wanted to run that thought by you guys and see what you thought.
One of the differences, Mike, is that the amount of long silvers when that was happening and the speculation in the silver market was 2 to 3 times the amount of that in gold.
And you can see it just how it came off of the highs when that went into effect.
But, you know, it's a great point. I mean, it's something it's absolutely something to pay attention to, man. There's no doubt about it.
Can I ask you one other question?
I'm sorry, man.
We're just about to end. So, but have a great weekend, and thanks for calling.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. We've got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. And then, of course, Nico's going to take care of your health. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Thanks so much.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in,